Hey, aloha. This is sort of a second part to a previous video that I made. This is going to be about the 5 things that I do miss about the mainland. In my previous video, I talked about the 5 things that I don't miss about the mainland. And I was thinking about this, and there's actually a lot of things that I do miss about the mainland. I grew up here in Hawaii, and then I went away for college for about, 8, 9, 10 years, and then I came back, and now I'm living here in Hawaii. But there are a lot of things that I experienced on the mainland that I do miss. The first thing is snow and winter clothes. Now, I know in my previous video I talked about ice, and I don't like the ice. I don't like ice on my windshield or ice on the roads, but I really miss snow. I remember the first time I saw snow. Again, grew up here, I didn't see snow until I was 18, 19 years old. I think it was Thanksgiving weekend where it was the first time I seen snow and it came down, and it was just like I imagined. It was so nice. It didn't stick to the ground, it just fell down and then it melted, but it was so nice. And I remember when it would actually snow and it would stick on the ground and you wake up and it's just pure white. It was so nice. And then of course it would get muddy and slippery and not fun, but I miss the snow. There's that nice, I don't know what is that smell. It's like fresh, almost like fresh water smell in the air. It's so good. I also miss dressing up for the snow. Now I know you gotta put away your winter clothes and you bring out your spring and your summer clothes, and then you gotta bring out the winter clothes. So I know that can be a hassle, but I miss wearing jackets. I miss wearing heavy, warm jackets with nice, nice layers of clothing. My favorite thing to wear on the mainland was a hoodie and jeans, and I just can't wear that anymore. I think in high school I used to wear like a hoodie, and in Hawaii it's like when it's 68, 69 degrees, people are like freezing. Anything below that, it's absolutely freezing, but it's like I miss wearing a hoodie on like a 50, 40, degree day. It just wear a nice hoodie, no wind, just jeans, hoodie, and a nice hat. It's like, oh, so nice. I can't do that anymore. The closest I can get to is going to Safeway, like the grocery store, and standing in the like frozen food section where it's just so cold because of the food. The second thing I miss is affordability, and just knowing what affordability is. I think I've been in Hawaii for too long now. I don't even know what affordable is anymore. In the mainland, housing was so cheap. It was so cheap. Like the rent was, I think I paid $300 for rent. Rent is like $1,500 to $2,000 for a 1-bedroom. But it just, I think I've lost that sense of what affordable is. We do have a relative sense of what affordable is in Hawaii, but I think affordable really now means 2 incomes. So whatever is considered affordable, it's really affordable for 2 incomes. And for a single person, it's almost impossible. Of course, there's food, which when I was on the mainland, I didn't really care about prices all that much. Now, there were definitely more expensive things. But bread, eggs, milk, whatever I wanted, it really wasn't that big a deal. The grocery bill was not that bad. Eating out, maybe a little expensive, but if I cooked on my own, bought food on my own, it wasn't that bad. In Hawaii, it's like 2 to 3 times that much, and it's something that I have to be considerate of, because it's like, oh, you want to buy food this month? Well, let's see how much you can afford. Milk, $8, bread, $3 to $4, produce. You really want to afford that? So it's always something that you gotta consider, is like affordability. I just never had to really worry about it on the mainland. And of course there are also things like utilities, right? Electricity, not that really big deal. I could run the heater, AC, no problem. Here in Hawaii, unless you got solar, you're gonna be paying a lot for your electricity bill each month. So, it's one of those things where just that sense of affordability, I think I've lost all sense of what that means, which is too bad. But I miss that. I miss having that affordability to rely on, or at least options for affordability. All right, number 3, and this is one that maybe some people in Hawaii won't really appreciate, but I miss it. I miss walking into the house with my shoes on or slippers on. It's something that I had to get used to when I went on the mainland, because we don't do that here in Hawaii. It's like a Japanese thing, wherein you walk into someone's house, you always take off your shoes before you get in. Slippers, you always take it off. It's pretty rude to not do that. And when I went to the mainland, I had to get used to that because that's something that unless your shoes are muddy or it's icy and it's wet, you don't put your shoes outside. You always bring them inside. When I went to go visit my roommate's house for the first time, he invited me and we walked in, and I remember taking off my shoes. He's asking me, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, you don't take off your shoes. He's like, no, you just come in the house. I was like, okay. And it was something that I had to get used to because, again, you grew up 18 years here. You think that's normal. But for most of the country, they just walk in their house. And after a while, I got used to it and I liked it. It saves a lot of time. Again, if it's muddy or wet, obviously you don't do that. But if it's just dry, you just walk in and it's fine. So when I came back to Hawaii, I had to get used to taking off my shoes. And I lived with my parents for a little while. And I would walk in the house and I'm just walking with my shoes, walking with my slippers, and my mom would get mad. She'd be like, what are you doing? Take off your shoes, take off your slippers. And there were times where I'm just, especially when my mom's not there, I just walk in the house because I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. And granted, you gotta vacuum more, which I don't mind, but I still wear house slippers because I miss that sense of having something on my feet and just walking around. It's one of the things that I miss. And I know a lot of people in Hawaii that's very sensitive, and they may be like, "Oh, that's crazy," but I just love that feeling of walking around with my shoes on with carpet. I don't know what it is, but I didn't like it at first on the mainland, and now I miss it. All right, number 4, it's driving long distances. I miss driving on the mainland. I don't like driving in Hawaii because you only go like 10 miles, and it takes, I don't know, forever here, it feels like. But on the mainland, you can drive like 2 hours, and it's just, you're like in the next city, the next state. Oh, it's so nice. And I think the scope of driving is also very different. I know that I didn't even want to drive 30 minutes to go to a restaurant. It's too far. But on the mainland, I drive an hour, 2 hours just to go shopping, come back. It's just like, it's kind of, the scope of driving is so different. The speed limits are totally different. I think here our speed limit is like 65 maximum. I know guys go faster, but 65 is the legal speed limit. On the mainland, you go 75, 80 miles an hour. It's no problem. You just go on the open road, just set it on cruise control. Just, it's so nice. There's also toll lanes, toll booths. I miss that. And we don't have that here. I don't know if we'll ever have it. It might be too small to have that in Hawaii, but I miss those toll booths where you can pay money and you get to go on your own private road. You can go as fast. Well, I guess you can't go as fast as you want, but you can go pretty fast. You don't have to worry about a lot of traffic. And I remember the first time I tried a toll booth, I didn't know what that was, so I just drove on. I just drove through. I didn't even know about you got to pull over to pay. I just drove through where they have like the automatic scan thing, and of course I didn't know about that. So I got a letter in the mail saying, hey, you owe us like $5 because you used our road. And I was like, oh, my bad. But I just love that concept of paying to take a very nice, private, well-maintained road just to get bypass, all the traffic and stuff. I thought it was so nice, and I just miss that sense of driving in the mainland. And the 5th thing, and this might not be a big deal to everyone, but it was a big deal, especially when I was younger, professional sports. Hawaii does not have any professional sports. We used to have some minor leagues, but nothing. And in the mainland, there is professional sports almost everywhere. The best we got here is UH, University of Hawaii College. Football, basketball, volleyball is big. But we have nothing, no real professional stuff. We have some exhibition games here and there. We had the Pro Bowl, but I think it's gone. And so that's it. We got nothing. In the mainland, you got the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB. You got even soccer. You watch soccer. You got the majors. You got the minor leagues. It's just, there's so many professional sports. And of course, you got college. And I miss that. When I was in Colorado, I got to watch the Denver Nuggets. I got to watch professional baseball, hockey, football, everything. You just got to watch everything. There were so many more options. We could drive to another state and watch, professional or college sports. Here, you just got TV. And I used to watch a lot of college sports, a lot of professional sports when I was in high school. So when I went to college, I was so excited that I could finally watch some of these games in person, in real life. And I know maybe if you grow up on the mainland, it's not that big of a deal, but here you just don't have it, and I missed it. And I continue to miss it because it's one of those things where at least you have the option. You may not always go, but you at least have the option. So as the airplane goes by in the distance, that's the 5 things that I miss about the mainland, that I kind of wish, in a sense, that we could have, maybe not full implementation of those things, but just certain small parts of that here in Hawaii. Or maybe that's just something that I just go to the mainland and I just go and I experience that and I enjoy that, and I come back to Hawaii and resume life as it is. But those are the things that I miss about the mainland. It's not all bad. In fact, there are a lot of great things about the mainland that I miss. So let me know if I missed anything in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video, and aloha.